After 1.5 mile, keep right to take the exit. After 3/4 of a mile, keep right to take exit 21A and continue onto the Interstate 90 east towards Mass Turnpike. Now keep right to take the exit. Follow the highway.
Yes, follow the highway. Like, if there's anything else I'm gonna be doing. Hello, everyone watching. Oh, I don't miss this. No. I swear they've been doing work on this bridge since I started driving back in March, May. I don't think they've ever finished it. Is the audio clear or no? Fucking box truck, get out of my way. Thank you, sir. Didn't they just have this box truck pulled over a few miles back? No, that was at 8. On the New York Thruway headed into Maine. Nothing really worth notes happened tonight, other than me getting cut off a couple times, so that's normal. Left shoulder closed ahead. Right shoulder closed ahead. There's no shoulders ahead. A shoulder? What's a shoulder? New York will never know. Questions about trucking, I will be more than happy to answer. To the best of my limited ability. My current trip is from upstate New York to southern Maine for a 7-hour drive. I am currently 5 hours out, 4 hours out, something like that. Gotta keep cleaning the windshield. The roads are wet. And water droplets are flying up on it. Yes, sir. Come over, please. Thank you. Isn't CBS the place that has the massive receipts? Or am I thinking of someplace else? My plan is to periodically do these streams when I get bored. Help keep myself occupied. People can come into the comments and talk to me if they want. I don't bite too hard. Oh, look, there's who's that calling? I have no idea. day. About, oh, I don't know, 40,000. Super light. Welcome, everyone. Come join my road trip. My pretty well-paid road trip. $0.61 a mile, 500 miles. Somebody do the math, then there was one. So I will periodically do these streams. Help keep me occupied a little bit. Theoretically, I should be getting close to the Mass state line by now. give or take. Oh yeah, I'm right near the border. I think not. I think I will not be doing 47 behind you, sir. Cruising through a 65-mile-an-hour zone, you're doing 47, what's up with that? Why are your high beams on? Don't mind my useless commentary talking to myself. I'm just getting experts. Austerlitz. Say goodbye, my friend. These are four ways up ahead. Never a good sign. But he's still moving, so it can't be that bad. Could just be trucks bad on hills or anything of that nature. This truck, 2020 International Pro Star, is doing pretty good. Like I said, they only weigh maximum 45,000. Don't have much on for a load. Back in Massachusetts. Be at my delivery at 5. I'll be showing up around 2:30. Not bad if I say so myself. That truck in front of me still got its four ways going. Not sure why that truck ahead of me's got its four ways on, but hopefully everything's okay. Driver forgot to turn them off. I see that happen a lot. 32 miles away from Austin. If I was heading there, I'd be there in about 3 hours. 2 hours. I'd say 2.5 hours. Roads appear to be wet. That's about it. Not cold enough for ice to form, so it's not that. You know what? My engine brake do a little bit of work. Save my brake pads. Nowhere near. I'm like a freaking feather. Come on. I can safely say I've never stopped there. No, my girlfriend would love to go on these trips with me, but per company policy, she's too young. This is as close as she's gonna get. Watching. We are currently in western Massachusetts. That's funny. I mentioned western Massachusetts and 3 people clicked off the street. It's hilarious. Traveling from, let's say, north central New York, but now we're away from Syracuse to southern Maine. 500-mile trip, roughly. Currently in southern Mass, well, southwestern Mass, I should say. And you'll let my engine brake do a little more. Not a bad area to be traveling through at 11 o'clock at night. GPS, I'm going to be taking 90 to 495. I'm taking 495 to 95 near Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Should be not long on the ride from A to B. One of my least favorite stretches of the road to be on. How it beats taking 95 to Boston. Granted, my back would disagree. That was his way of telling me I was clear in the nose of his truck and was able to get over. You may have noticed as well that the orange lights on my hood blinked on and off a couple times. That was me thanking him for letting me know I was clear. Skylar, is that still you hanging out in my street? I'll take not getting the comment that Skylar is not still in here. Well, this is not a bad area to be driving through at 11 o'clock, trying to get to Maine at a decent time. Arguably the best time to be the truck drivers at night. Then you're not sitting here and dealing with, bumper to bumper, 4 lanes of traffic. Normally I luck out and I miss a lot of it. That's just how my trip planning goes. I subconsciously know what time to leave. The yard where I park when I'm home. Normally I'll get to a drop yard about 8 o'clock that night. Mass. $7 or 8 o'clock, depending. No, if I could go do it all over again, I'd get my Class A 100 times over. Definitely beats going to college. You're seeing the United States on somebody else's dime. Getting paid for it. Unless you go the owner-operator route. Which I've thrown around the idea of, but I'm not entirely sure on just yet. Mixture of where I live and what there is up there for free. Work for these trucks. Because it's either freight hauling, paving, or you're logging. And logging is very rough on the trucks. Those woods roads, speaking from experience, are not very smooth when it comes to suspension or, hell, your body, your back. It's a very rough side of the industry to be in. been there, done that, came back to freight. Freight hauling's pretty easy, especially if you're doing drop and hunts. That's the easiest way to make a quick buck doing freight, drop and hunt. The company I drive for treats me pretty good overall. One of the youngest drivers they have. Actually, I might be the youngest, I'm not entirely sure. When I went through the orientation, my trainer told me I was the second youngest guy he'd ever trained. Youngest was only 18. Was hired to be a local driver. Found out pretty early on that it wasn't, his cup of tea. And last I knew, from what my trainer told me, he was driving garbage truck. That's good for him. Welcome everybody. Any questions about trucking or anything along those lines, throw it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. Even though I've been driving close to a year, I'm relatively well versed in trucking, so any questions, if I can't answer it, I'll find somebody who can. outside. I'm doing about 67, 68. Like southwestern Mass right now, headed to southern Maine from top, like north and central New York. A 7-hour ride total. I'm about 3 hours in right now. Figured I'd jump on, do a little bit of a stream. If anyone wanted to come talk, get some advice, ask fucking questions. What I'm here for. Not quite raining, it's more of a slight mist. Sign said trucks use a lower gear. I'm so light right now, I'm not even really worried about it. The trailer only weighs about 18,000. So figure 18,000. Truck itself, truck and empty trailer weighs about 35, so add the 18,000 pounds of freight. It's a pretty light truck. Coming out of the mountains right now. Not as tall part of the Appalachian. I just saw a spray of salt on the ground, which tells me there's going to be a plow truck ahead. Make that 2 of them. Someone's riding their brakes really hard. I think it's that truck that's a little ways ahead of me. I haven't seen it take his foot off the brake yet. Like in Korea, people are turning their high beams off. Use your low beams when you're climbing a hill and you see a truck, it blinds us. Honestly, if you should be using your low beams and climbing a hill anyway. just because the truck appears to be high beaming you does not mean we are high beaming you. I would show you what our high beams look like, but there are trucks in front of me and I'm not going to blind them. Society seems to hate the driver, specifically the truck driver. And seeing what I have seen my time on the road, I would understand. But at the same time, that's only a handful of drivers. It is not all of us. Like me, for example, I have a 99 safety score for this company. I have been doing phenomenal, in my opinion. But I also drove log trucks, so I'm used to having to make tight adjustments, think fast. I've driven dry van, log truck, and refrigerated. Dry van is by far the easiest. With reefer coming in second. Log truck was the biggest pain in the ass you will ever find. I enjoyed my time doing it, but it wasn't a royal pain. Getting knee deep in mud, that was not fun. I came back to freight before the snow fell, and I'm glad I did. But I would not want to be out playing in the snow, trying to throw cables over below the logs right about now. Try to get around this flatbed driver here. Runaway truck ramps. Those are for 18-wheelers only. A lot of 18-wheelers have drum brakes. Drum brakes do not bend well, meaning they get extremely hot when going down long, steep grades. That is why it is important to check your brakes when you are driving a truck. I am not sure why they say the speed limit is 40. It is doing absolutely nothing else. I am going to continue at my normal pace. Sky is brighter directly in front of me. That is due to city lights. That, my friends, is what is called light pollution. I am unsure what city that is, though, to be quite honest with you. Springfield, Massachusetts. That sign just gave it away. Well, I have streamed for a total of an hour and a half tonight, so I am going to call it here. I'm going to either listen to some music or call my girlfriend. Either way, I get doing that live on stream. Thank you for joining.